It's me again. Today's walk will be a familiar walk, but the one difference is, you might be able to hear it, it's quite windy today. We're in a shelter spot to begin with. Oh, can you hear that? But now you'll be able to see how the walk goes with the wind behind us. I won't speak as much because it might be quite difficult to hear me over this. But look here, we're sheltered in this little spot, but soon we will be coming to wind zone. So get ready. It will be a lot of wind, but different walks for different things. I might just call this our virtual windy walk, and we'll have to keep an eye on the weather. Woo! We have so far managed to avoid getting wet on these walks, unless you're a pupper who's gone into the water. That's possible, always possible. There we go. These are the trees that the farmer, do you remember, put at the side of his field to protect it from the little burn down here. This yellow plant is known as broom colloquially, but it's so bright and yellow. It's gorgeous for such a boring name. And now Scout has come back to say hello. Cosmo is still walking in front of us. He hasn't stopped so far, so we're okay. Scout looks like he wants to go over the bridge, I think. Now we need to make a decision. Do we go over the bridge? Or do we go this way? The dogs can't decide. I think we'll go over the bridge. Yes, let's go over the brown bridge. Now you'll see that the burn is very still. Normally it would be running from there to there in that direction, but the river is so full that you cannot see it move because it can't move into the river, so it's just stuck here. So if it rains even more, it will fill up more. But you will be able to see why all of this debris is here, because there's no water moving at all. Oh, lovely shelter under our lovely tree canopy on top of the bridge. I know, we're coming. Now this is the River Tay. Do you remember? It comes from the north and it flows to the south towards Perth. Oh look, there's one of our chairs we like to sit in. The dogs want to go down to this little bit down here, and we've done a couple of walks there, but too dangerous not doing it because, can you see the water? It is very, very full. Very full. Oh, can you see my shadow? Hello. From all our talking about compass points, oh, there's Scout having a wee sneaky dip just at the edge. Don't want them to go in too far because the river is going very fast. Was that a nice little dip? As I was saying, the sun is behind me. Now what you need to know is what time of day it is I'm recording it. It is the evening. And we know the sun sets in the west in the evening, don't we? So if the sun is behind me, I am facing east, and we know the river runs north to south here. So I've been walking eastward to get towards the river. But now I'm about to turn around and go back over the bridge, so I will be facing the sun as it begins to set through the clouds, and I'm walking slightly west. I will go west for a little bit and then I'll be walking south to one of our favourite swimming spots for the puppers. I was hoping that we could do some burn walking today, but it's not going to happen for a few days. The river will fill up with all the rain that's been happening, and with all the wind it's not safe to do so. So we'll have to wait for a quieter day to do any burn walking. Today you can hear no birds. You can hear is wind. The birds are all hunkered down somewhere safe out of the wind. It does look beautiful though, but it is incredibly windy. This bit again is sheltered by a big slope up there, but once we start walking towards that dark cloud, woo, we're a little bit more exposed to more of the weather. It is a rather odd day because although it is trying to rain ever so gently and I am dressed for the rain, it is actually really warm. Even the wind is warm. The rain's a little bit cold, but it is rather warm. Now this is the path we take to go to one of the dogs, or the puppers as I like to call them, to their lovely swim spot. And on a day like this you're not often likely to meet other people out because people don't want to get wet, so they've probably waited for gaps in the day where they could nip out for a quick walk in relatively dry weather. But I think you've got to make a choice between rain and wind, or just wind today. There's no other choice. It is getting very wet. Where's Scout gone? Does he not want to go? Yeah. Can you see the difference in the colour of the water? Oh look, the sun is behind me, so I'm walking slightly eastward. There is Scout in the water. He's not going too far out, because if he did go far out, although it's not tidal, which is like seas do that, there's quite a strong current today. You can see that by how fast the water's moving. Let me show you. Later on we'll find a rock so you can see it much more easily. There's all, you can't see that, they're too tiny. There's little tiny blips on the screen, little white blips. They're little swifts swimming up and down trying to get insects that are popping up. But all you can see on the camera is little white dots. They are so tiny. What's Scout doing? I think he's having a little bit of grass. Cosmo's looking like he wants to go in. He's having a little safe swim. As you can see, he's just here where it's all safe, right next to the bank. If you go too far out, the force of water, because water's quite powerful when it's moving fast, would have you farther down the river very, very quickly. So it's always good to be safe and responsible, like Cosmo and Scout, when you are near water, and be aware of all the conditions. Farther down on the walk, we will find a rock that is jutting out in the middle of the river so that you can hopefully see how fast it's going a bit better. We're now going to head up and walk along one of our usual river walk routes. The difference being the weather today. Oh, we are facing east because the sun's trying to get a look in on the camera. Here we go. Wow. river there, and if you go through some of our other videos, you will see the different colours of the sky reflect and become different colours each day and each weather with the river. Looks a deep blue today, sometimes it's a light blue, sometimes it almost looks green. Do you remember the day it looked kind of green with the reflections of the trees? So each day is different depending on the weather and what choice of walk. Oh, look at that tree. That's fairly blowing around. Oh, oh dear. That is a wee bit blowy. A wee bit blowy. You might pull your jumper and woolly hat on. I certainly have. To keep me warm from the rain as much as the wind, because the wind isn't that cold actually. Oh, hello Scout, have you come back to check on us? There we go. He actually came back to tell me there are two people behind me if I turn round, because he wanted to tell me that there were people beside us. That's what the dogs do. Come on, puppers! Come on! I've just discovered who it is. It's one of their friends. We might have to let them past. His friend is going, is that really my friend? Not sure at all. I think we better walk towards them so that they can all say hello. Hello. I wasn't going to get to walk anywhere today. I'm not sure who they want to see, you or your puppy. I think he's just sitting. It's quite warm actually today, isn't it? Sorry, I'm doing a windy video today. Here he comes, there you go! Surrender are your friends! Oh, his favourite is Scout. But what they usually do is they meet up and they race. But I don't know what's happened today. I think Scout's saying, what are you doing standing in that field? There they are. They begin to start walking like a pack. Sometimes they forget who I am. Ah, there are more people coming. So what we need to do is be aware of our social distancing. You noticed I was 2 hands away from those friends of ours. Sky! We'll go and make sure that they're not on camera. Put this over here, and then, because we don't know if they would want to go on camera. And once they passed, we will return to our river walk. But you've got a nice view of the field and you can see how much it's grown. Hi there, sorry I'm doing a virtual walk and keeping you off camera. Hello puppers. There we go. Now we're back on the path and their friend is way ahead, keeping up with his mummy and daddy. Cosmo's having a little snifter, having a little look. Scout's disappeared and we've got to know, yep, he's come back for us. He may have gone off with his friend, but he's decided he'd rather check on us. You can just see him looking over to check that we're okay. Come on, Cosmo. Come on. There we are. I think I might have also found a place that you might find some rocks. Now, this is quite near the side, but you can see that it is going quite fast. Now, the speed that you see on the top of the river only is a fraction of how really fast it's going, because you can't really judge speed too much unless you have something in there to measure it. But if you see it going fast on the top, you know it's going even faster under the surface. Now this big slope that we used to look down is all growing over, but you still need to be avoiding any slope falling. Let's see if we can get a better picture. There we go. See how fast that water's going? If I can find one in the middle, I will. We're going to go along to the Puppers' next favourite swim spot. Can you remember what it is? We've been there quite a lot. Yes, it's the old ferry point. They love going in there. Here we're walking beside, can you see this field from one of our first or second walks, I think? That has certainly grown green. It looks extra green today in this light. We're going down this narrow path. There'll be another gap in the bushes. Behind those bushes is actually the river. So you have to be very careful that you stay on this path, because the slope goes away very quickly, even though there are trees there. Let's see. Oh, we found another rock. Wow, you can really see how fast it's going now. And you can certainly feel the wind. Wow, let's move out. Oh, the gust always slows down just as I move out to show it. So what we'll do is we'll just look at how fast that is going over the rock. That'll be quite a big rock, even though it looks a little one from here, because the River Tay is quite deep here. And the wind is certainly blowing. Slightly moving on the grass. You see that? Even the grass is moving quite fast. Actually, I don't even think that's grass. That is a crop to grow some food. But to you and I, it looks like grass. Let's go. And let's walk. There's another little view of the river. Let's come out. Oh, that big noise that you heard in the background, oof, that is actually something the farmer has put out. He has put out this scaring machine that makes random noises. And as well as scaring the birds or the crows off, the crows are very, very smart. They've worked out it's just a noise. But the main rabbits eating them. So if he sets that off to go every 15 minutes or so, or at random times, then the rabbits will get a little fright and they'll not go near his crops. It's a nice way of scaring them without hurting them. There is the river. There is somebody on the other side with a bicycle. And do you remember what's on the other side? Scoon! Look how dark the water looks. That is reflecting the darkness of the sky and clouds. We really will have some rain tonight. seems that Cosmo's got out of his habit of just stopping right in front of me. That's handy when you're holding a camera. Now we're nearly at the end of this path with the walking signs. Do you remember where we go? There are the signs. So do we go left or do we go right? Shall we ask the puppers? Scout, Cosmo, where do we go? Ah, this is where we go. Do you remember? We went left. Coming down to the river. Do you remember I said sometimes you can hardly see where the old ferry used to come in when the river is quite high and lots of water in it? Well, today might be one of those days where you hardly see where the ferry went. This water has all come from the rain here and the rain up north, which has ended up in the river up north and is working its way down from north to south. Let's see if we can get a little bit of the ferry ramp. Don't think the dogs want to go in here, or maybe I'm wrong. There we go. See, Scout's on the ramp. He was there, yes, you see a little bit of it here. And it's still under the water. You can just about see the edge under the water of where the old ferry went. So that gives you another really good idea as to how high or full of water the River Tay is. We're going to go up now and we're going to sit on a bench that we have not sat in before. And we're going to say goodbye shortly. This is a lovely quiet spot. We are sheltered from the wind. The wind was coming from the west, the same direction that the sun was setting in. And we're sheltered with these trees here now. This is the bench. Shall we sit in the bench or sit on the bench? Yes. Okay, we'll sit on the bench. The view from this bench is over across the river. Do you remember the house and where the ferry goes to, just across the river there? And Scone Palace is just down over the corner there, going towards Perth, where the river starts to bend ever so slightly, coming from the north. You can see it's a much darker colour of film today, can't you? That's all depends on the light that we have to work with. And if there's a gap in the clouds where the sun can peek through, you will see it's a little bit lighter now and again. So Scout, goodbye from Scout. Hello. Goodbye. Cosmo, are you coming up to say goodbye? Cosmo. Come on then. Here we are. Cosmo. He's having a good smell there. There must have been his friends who must have gone down there. Cosmo. Here we are. Going to say goodbye. See, there was Scout reminding him to say goodbye. We'll say goodbye. Bye. Until we do another walk.